Sri Krishna, Sri Krishna, Sri Krishna, Sri Krishna. Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnu, Gurur Devo Maheshwara, Guru Sakshat Param Brahma, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Here somebody's note has gone so down, whole my tune changed. Narayana. Tantu matro bhavedeva pato yadvad vicharataha atma tantra atma tan matrame vedam tadvad vishvam vicharitam. In the 15th chapter of Gita, Bhagavan Sri Krishna talks about this world. Urdhvamula madashakham ashvattam pravharavayam chandamsi yasya paranani yastam veda savedavid. And afterwards he says, na rupamasseha tathopalabhyate nanto na chadir nirisam pradishtaha. Why are you telling this Swamiji? You don't understand. This is the way I can impress upon you. It is said, talk that language among the people which they don't understand. See? So those who understand English, talk among them Sanskrit. Then you are wise. Those who understand Sanskrit, talk in between them English. Then you are very wise. This is the technique. Na rupamasseha tathopalabhyate. First the world is defined. The world is urdhva mula madashakham. The world is such that it originates from something but is not influenced by anything. See? Urdhvam is above. Like I am urdhva to you. You are sitting on the floor, cold, you may be getting cold. I am sitting above. So your problems don't belong to me. In the same manner, this world and the worldly problems do not touch that, but is far above this. That is the divine. And then the world is described. Adashchodam prasruta tasya shakha guna pravda vichya pravala. The world is this expansion of joy, sorrows, objects, etc. After having described the world so elaborately, then the Lord says, na rupamasseha tathopalabhyate. What I described before you, if you start thinking properly, inquiring properly, you will not see what I told you. Meaning, this world is seen when you don't think properly. See how true it is. One or two things about this world. This world is nothing but an illusion of cause and effect. If you want to get out of this world, go beyond cause and effect. There is no world. The world begins the moment you give value and reality to cause and effect. There is neither cause nor effect. See? Now how to understand this principle? Very simple, not difficult. See, when we go to the doctors, we don't tell the doctor what is the disease that we have. We tell the doctor our symptoms. From the symptoms, the doctor infers the disease. So, symptom is the cause of the disease, or disease is the cause of the symptoms? Which is real? One of my friend, he took his wife to for medical checkup. So she was inside, doctor was checking her, and he was sitting there. And there was one board. If you are 50 plus, you should check up your heart. There may be some silent problem. So he was sitting silently, so he thought, let me check. And he checked it. He was operated before his wife. He had more than 80% blockade but no symptoms. See, friends. So this cause and effect, we have to drop it. Now go one step further. Where is cause and effect? Cause and effect is only our intellect, buddhi. See? Because of the eyes we can see colors and forms, yes. If there are no colors and forms in a dark room, can we test the vision? So the colors and forms are because of the vision, or the vision is established because of the colors and forms? Think. Who is who? Whose cause? Who is his effect? And therefore, here the teacher says, one example is given. When we look at the cloth, now what is the cloth? Cloth is nothing but fibers. If you remove the fibers from the cloth cannot exist. So tantu matro bhave deva pataha yadvad vicharataha. But only if you think properly. Now why we don't think properly is because of the following reasons. Number one, we have some utilitarian approach to this world. Because something is useful, we think it is real. Number two, because we are experiencing something, therefore it is real. See, these two things, drop them. First thing, what is the utility? Cloth can be used for covering ourselves and protect ourselves. These tantu, the fibers can't be used. Therefore, our attention goes only on the cloth and not on the fibers. See, yadvid vicharataha. There was a father who was scolding his son. And he said, I gave you birth to see this day? You don't listen to me? So the son became angry. Dad, enough is enough. Who told you? You gave me birth. The father started shaking. My God, now what is coming? The son said, who called you father without my birth? Can the father be the father without a son? Whose cause, whose effect? Vicharata. In the same manner, Atma tanmatram eva idam vishwam. In the same manner, if you inquire properly, you will come to know that the whole world is nothing but you. This inquiry is essential. Now we conduct this inquiry. Be very attentive. It's not difficult. Only we have to think coolly and inquire properly in the light of the wisdom given by the scriptures. This I will tell you through some example. Once I was taken somewhere by my friend in Gujarat, and that place I was so tired. I told him, look here, evening talk, now it is 12 o'clock, I just want to eat and sleep. Nothing in between. Swamiji, please, no, not now, we have to go somewhere. I was so dead tired. I said, come on, yaar, you give me 2 roti, you make me so much pareshan. He said, no, you have to come. Please don't say no. This is they call love. So I had to go because choiceless existence. So I went there. After going there, I was happy. It was a big factory and they were manufacturing the ties. You know the ties which are used, plastic ties, used in one time use for things like that. Dozens of varieties. And the peculiarity of that particular place was every labor was a challenged one. Somebody is blind, somebody is, polio, somebody has got this defect, that defect, all abnormals. Not a single labor was normal. And he told me, except the front desk who is required to talk with the people, everybody is challenged. And we gave them full salary. And our production is better than any other. I said, very good, congratulations. And he was showing me the whole factory. He took me in a hall. There were about a dozen or two big, big machines. Each machine was making a killing noise, ha, 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 like that. So I said, oh, very good, let's go out. He said, no, I want to explain you. I said, what is there to explain this noise? He said, no, I'll explain the process, how the things are converted. He will not leave me. Finally, I pushed him and he went out. I said, this is too much. Now you are taking me for granted or what? When I came out, he said, Swamiji, I wanted you to experience this. I said, I pity on those laborers. You make them work day and night in this terrible noise. He said, this is the secret. So what secret? All of them are deaf. That day I discovered this principle. If you do not have the hearing ability, sounds do not exist for you. There was a great musician. He died maybe a year or two before. You may be knowing Sudhir Phadke from Pune. He was a great musician. So he was honored when he was 80. And I was there invited to honor him in a big Sangeet Academy. So I was sitting, he was sitting, some other people. Few things were spoken about his greatness and all that, contribution to Indian music, cinema industry, etc. And then he was told to speak. He will not stop. He spoke for about an hour or two, 1.5 hours. So the organizer told Swamiji, what can I do? I can't plug his mouth. And the problem with him was, that age he has become totally deaf. So before him, various people have performed some music because he was a great artist. But he is deaf. For him it doesn't matter, music or sound or no sound. And when he started talking, he can't understand. People are telling him, "Band karo." Thank you. Continue. See, if you do not have the hearing ability, sounds do not exist for you. Simple rule. Now apply this rule for everything. If you do not have vision, colors and forms don't exist for you. So where are all these objects in the world? There are only 5 objects. Shabda, Sparsha, Rupa, Rasa, Gandha. The sound, touch, forms, taste and smell. There is no 6th object in this world. Where are these 6 objects? All these objects are existing only in our sense organs. Be attentive. Colors and forms are gross. The vision, because of which colors and forms are seen, the vision is subtle. What is the color of the vision? What is the form of the vision? No color, no form. So, cause is subtle, effect is gross. Now go further. Now apply this thing, multiply to all sense organs. Then go to the next step. It is one mind alone which is expressing through the eyes. That mind is called as vision. It is the same mind coming out of the ears. It is called as hearing ability. So, sounds have got decibels. Eyes or vision has got the wavelengths. Mind doesn't have either decibels or the wavelengths. Sounds are many, mind is one. Colors and forms, visions, defects are many, mind is one. So mind is subtle, sense organs are gross. Now when I am talking to you, I am talking non-stop whether you listen or not. But if your mind has gone somewhere else and all my words are hitting on your drum, yet you won't understand anything because the mind behind is not there. But if you are deaf, if you are blind, there is no impact on the mind. Mind continues to function. So, mind is subtle, sense organs are gross. Go further. Mind is an expression of consciousness. See, when the mind is unfolded, the whole world comes into existence. When the mind is enfolded as in deep sleep, where are we? What are we? And when are we? These three principles. Time, space and object. See friends, if there is no mind, these things do not exist. See friends. But in deep sleep, time, space and object don't exist, but we continue to exist. So we are subtle, mind is gross. In other words, consciousness manifestation is mind. Mind's manifestation is sense organs. Sense organs manifestation is sense objects. Like a telescopic antenna. From the consciousness, you start pulling, it becomes mind. Continue pulling, it becomes sense organs. Continue pulling, it becomes sense objects. What to do is sadhana? Withdraw from the sense objects, come to the sense organs. Withdraw from the sense organs, come to the mind. Dissolve the mind in the consciousness. When more waves are created, is it an addition to the ocean? When the waves quieten down, is it a loss to the ocean? Think. Vicharataha. When we thus inquire, we come to know, be attentive to whatever we have given importance, that alone bothers us. Suppose I have given importance to discipline. Then I will be disturbed every now and then. You must have seen, I do not care for anything. Where you sit, how you sit, when you come, when you go. But you go to many satsang, many mahatmas, they have got very strict discipline. Ladies this side, Jain this side. Sit in a proper line. Don't sit like this. If somebody is late, why are you late? How does it matter? When they are sitting in a disciplined manner, do you think they are listening? No. So let them relax, you also relax. See friends, this is the thumb rule. Anything you give importance, that will be the source of misery. Anything. Take your day-to-day experience. You go to sleep. If some one thing is bugging you, you can't sleep. Suppose you have to catch early morning flight. You plan nicely. I'll take my dinner at 6 o'clock, go to sleep, get up at 12 o'clock, finish my bath, become fresh, change myself, and then go to the airport. From 6 o'clock you finish your dinner. From 6 to 12, you will get up at 365 times. One thought, one importance is enough to destroy your whole night. How many things and beings we have given importance to? Is anybody born with a cigarette in the mouth and a lighter in the hand? No. How we start smoking? Look at others, look at the billboards. Oh, he looks so handsome, sitting on a motorcycle, and useless girl is sitting behind, and she is putting a cigarette lighter in front, and he starts imagining he is that character, and slowly importance is given to that. You start smoking. First you smoke the cigarette, afterward the cigarette starts smoking you, because we have given importance. Why I am giving these examples? It should click. There is a liquor bottle. Reactions of the three people. The one who is liquid spiritualist, the moment he will see that bottle, maja aa gaya. I didn't know this is what spirituality means. He'll be very happy. If there is a teetotaler means what? He takes only tea. Without sugar and without milk. Teetotaler. If the teetotaler, he will look at a bottle, Krishna, 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 in satsang you are bringing this tea, horrible, oh, Ram, Ram, Ram. One has given positive importance, he is disturbed. Other has given negative importance, he is disturbed. Third person, he doesn't care, how does it matter? See friends, so what is the rule? Rule is, whatever we have given importance, that alone is the cause of miseries. So where is this world? World begins when you start giving importance. One young boy, maybe in early 20s or so, went to God. Oh God, yes. You have created beautiful girls. They are so nice, so loving, so charming. Why the wives are terrible? God said, girls I have created, wife you have created. It is not my creation. In God's creation, there is no ugliness, there is beauty only. In our creation, there is nothing but problems. See, friends, the same wife is a terrible person for the husband, but the same wife to other person is charming. Think. The day you understand this principle, if we have given importance to something or somebody, we have to devalue that. So where from the world comes? World comes from us. Vicharataha. Such a person will stop blaming the world for his problems of life. See, friends. But normally, by default settings, we are all expert in blaming others for our problems. All of us have got these settings. If I am a husband, cause of my misery is wife naturally. If I am a father, cause of my misery is my children. If I am a mother-in-law, cause of my misery is daughter-in-law. So simple. Without any thinking, we can decide it. Then what will be the spiritual practice of such people who blame others for their misery? Husband's spiritual practice will be improve wife. This is called as Ashakya Anushtan. Ashakya Anushtan means impossible undertaking. Where Ram has failed to improve upon Sita, will Jagjivan Ram succeed? See, friends. Therefore, friends, the meaning of this is only this. You are the source of everything in this world. Stop blaming the world. And when we stop blaming the world, then our attention is on the self. Presently, we are selfish. We have to be self-oriented. When we are selfish, we start possessing this world. See? But when we are self-oriented, we get out of the limitations of this world. And something new I am not telling you, we all do every day the same thing. What is the sleep? Sleep is nothing but now we start giving up everything. Observe this process of going to sleep every day. That is the highest meditation. We drop the world, we drop all our achievements, failures, we drop all our relations, we come back to our room, our window, door, everything is closed. We go below the quilt and close the eyes, switch off light, only darkness. Then the jap continues. I want to sleep, I want to sleep, I want to sleep. Till such time I and want is there, sleep doesn't begin. The moment this I and the want is dropped, even in the satsang, that is why I like those people who sleep in the satsang. Because they have discarded their ego. And they are one with the divine. And therefore, they have this biological onkar. Krrr, krrr. The whole world, Upanishad says, Kaivalya Upanishad, Mayi eva sakalam jatam, Mayi sarvam pratishtitam, Mayi sarvam layam yati, tad brahmadvayam asmeham. Everything is born in me. Everything is existing in me. Everything goes back in me. That origin of everything is I alone. That is why Bhagavad Gita says, Veda the sarvasya chaham hrudi sannivishtaha mattaha smriti jnanam apohanancha. I am the essence of everything and being. And because of me only, the waking, dream, deep sleep and samadhi is possible. The waking comes, goes away, I continue to be same. Dream comes, goes away, I continue to be same. Deep sleep comes, goes away, I am the same. Samadhi begins, ends, I am the same. All these waking, dream, deep sleep and samadhi, they come and go. I have never come and gone anywhere. Like everything comes and goes in the space. Space never comes, never goes anywhere. Have we ever thought of this question, where is the space? We can ask question, where is Madagascar? Yesterday I met a person from Madagascar. Where it was, recently. So, I asked him something. He said, no English. I said, then Hindi? No Hindi. Where are you from? Madagascar. See, the day you drop all these things, then again the whole thing comes. Therefore, according to our scriptures, there is no creation, there is no destruction. Waves are unmanifest in the ocean, they become manifest. Then again the waves go back to the ocean unmanifest, again they become manifest. Will you say the wave which has gone back, the same wave is coming out? Think. Therefore, this world of appearance, don't take it so seriously. It is you alone playing the game of life. Therefore, Atma Tanmatra me vedam tadvad vishvam vicharitam. And when we come to discover this whole world is nothing but I, the net result will be two. Number one, no desire. Number two, no fear. Desire and fear are the two things which is the beginning of samsara. In the deep sleep, we have no desire, we have no fear. Therefore, loud snoring. A person who is fearful cannot make a sound. See, friends. Therefore, tantumatro bhavedeva pato advad vicharataha atmatan matrame vedam tadvam vishvam vicharitam. So don't complain about the world, but inquire into the world. Normally, old people complain. Kids, they ask really good questions. One example I'll tell you, one child asked me this question. Swamiji, you told God is in our heart. I said, yes. Then where I am also in my heart. I said, yes, you are also there. So there are two guys there. I said, yes, two. Oh, very good. I said, why very good? He said, I'll give you one blow. Then I will say, God gave you, not me. How intelligent he is. So I asked him, are you a descendant of Duryodhana or what? Duryodhana said like this, I know what is right, but I don't do it. I know what is wrong, but that only I do. Then I told him, your question is extraordinary. Therefore, you deserve a chocolate. So I gave him chocolate. Instead of eating, he put it in his pocket. I said, eat or give me back. He said, neither I'll eat nor I'll give you back. Why? I'll give it to my sister. Then I asked him, but what will you get? She will eat, she will enjoy. What will you get? The boy was confused how to answer this question. He became so nervous in looking here and there and all that. He asked me, Swamiji, do you have a sister? I said, no. Then you will not understand. He replied everything by this question. Then I told him, my dear child, when you are happy by getting the things, it is you, the useless one. When you discover happiness in giving, it is the God in you who is expressing. See, friends, infinite gives, finite receives. How simple it is. Therefore, our scriptures very clearly tell, Satsanga should not be a paid one, it should be free. But collecting money under the disguise of Satsanga is the highest sin. In Bhagavad Mahapuran, Gita Mata, Bhakti Mata asked Narad Ji, this Kali Yuga has come, what are the problems of Kali Yuga? He said, Kali Yuga is good, don't worry. I'll tell you what are the problems. The first thing he tells, in Kali Yuga, the essence and the sar of Bhagavad Katha will be lost because Bhagavad Katha is conducted for collecting funds, not for the sake of the Lord. See, friends, in giving, God expresses through you. In receiving, it is the useless one. What will I get? Such people, when they chant even Lord's name, they have this question, what will I get if I chant Lord's name? You will get nothing. Similarly, if I do meditation, what will happen? The world will be at peace because you are quiet. That is why it is said when you go to satsang, it is a source of peace. They don't tell where. When you are here at your home, house is at peace. See, friends, therefore, vicharitam, properly inquire the whole world, you will come to know we are the source of everything in this world. Bhagavan says, Mattaha smriti jnanam apohanancha. I alone support waking, dream, deep sleep and samadhi. And therefore, Vedaischa sarvai aham eva vidyaha. The purpose of study of all the scriptures is only one. Find out who is this I. We use this pronoun I million times, but we don't know what we mean by this word I. When I say I am Indian, I am talking about citizenship. When I say I am old, I am talking about the body. When I say I am a man, I am talking about the gender. When I say I am hungry, I am talking about prana. How many eyes are inside? One? No. A poultry farm. And therefore, we suffer in our life. Find out what is the source of each eye. Then we come to know each I is born only after body identification. Drop the body identification, only one I remains. And this is the absolute I. Ours are the relative I's. Who is she? Oh, she is my relative. What do you expect from her? Oh, from her I expect absolute happiness from a relative. From a relative you will get relative happiness. पहले से अच्छी है. Relatively. Therefore, friends, get out of this relative world. यथा एव इक्षुरसे क्लुप्ता तेन व्याप्त इव शर्करा तथा विश्वमयि क्लुप्तम मया व्याप्तम निरंतरम. These are the various meditation exercises. Yatha, as in the ikshurasa means the sugarcane juice. In the sugarcane juice you don't see the sugar, but the sugar is permeating the whole juice. Yatha ikshurase sharkara klupta. It is hidden. See? One day I was given by somebody the coconut water. That coconut fruit was cut and with a straw given to me. And that lady has a standard question. Swamiji, is it okay? Do you need something? I said, yes, I want a little sugar in that. Swamiji, where do I get the sugar? Say, why did you ask then? See? So like the sweetness, the sugar is permeating the whole sugarcane juice. Although not seen, it is hidden as if. Exactly the same way. Tadvad Vishwam Mai Kluptam. The whole world is permeated by me. I am hidden behind this world. Without me, the world cannot exist. Be attentive. I, the man, is son. I, the man, is the husband. I, the man, is the father. Now these three fellows, the son, the husband and the father, they become so powerful that the man is hidden behind them. And thereafter, the son becomes miserable. The husband becomes miserable. The father becomes miserable. Behind these three fellows, man is hidden. Suppose the father dies, nothing happens to the son. Without a father, son cannot be there. If the wife dies, nothing happens to the husband. Without wife, husband cannot be there. If the son dies, nothing happens to the father, because without the son, he cannot be a father. So these three entities, the son, the husband and the father, they are becoming miserable who never existed. But behind them, man was hidden. If you remove the man from these three, can these three exist? If the man dies, there is neither the son, nor the husband, nor the father. But we are so much overpowered by these non-existing relative entities, and they are making us miserable. Therefore, as I told you in the morning meditation, every thought has the origin from somebody. Somebody cannot exist without thoughts. Nobody cannot have any thought. So what will be the spiritual practice? Remain more and more as nobody. See, friends, this is the Ashtavakra Gita. Crooked in 8 places, Ashtavakraji was there. But he was making everybody straight. See, this world will continue like this. There is nothing new, there is nothing old. Hold on to this divine principle. And it can happen only by a cool mind. And slowly, slowly you come to discover there is nothing new has ever happened in this world. Many people talk about various things that are happening in this world. Swamiji, what is going to happen to this world? No, what has happened till then? One person asked me this also. When are you going? When your Krishna is going to take avatar? He said, no, yada yada hi dharmasya. I said, he told me he'll take later, not now. So he said, why now, not now? The world is so bad. What more he wants to the world to happen? I said, look here. Earlier the world was not bad. I don't think. Later the world will not be worse than this thing. I don't think. Very good. Earlier you were there? No. Later you will be there? No. Now the world is bad because you are there. You are the source of all the problems of this world. You disappear. See, friends, it is so simple. But vicharitaha. But we should have to have the ability to inquire with a cool mind. I was attending to one patient of cancer in Bombay Cancer Hospital. And I used to move around, talk to various patients and a sister also. My habit, I call everybody as Amma. So that main sister, I said, Amma, how are you? Don't call me Amma, I am not Amma, I am sister. I said, okay, sister, how are you? Fine. Then I said, if you are free, I'll talk. Yes, you talk. But don't call me Amma. I said, okay, sister, I will not call you Amma. Then I told her, I said, every time you see now and then people are dying here in this ward, because all terminal cases. When you see the people dying, has any time a thought come in your mind, life is so temporary, anything can happen to anybody. Don't you feel? He said, I don't get such stupid thought. I think about, after I go from here, I have to go for a movie. See, friends, this was one of the questions which was answered by Yudhishthir to that Yaksha, and he was released from all the problems. The question was, which is the most surprising thing in this world? Leave these 7 wonders dumb, they are nothing surprising. The most surprising thing is, he said, people go with a dead body for cremation. The body is laid on the fire and the fire is lit and all of them are watching. But nobody ever thinks that this is going to be my story also. Again we continue our life as if we are here for eternity. Is it not the wonder of all wonders? See, friends, therefore, vicharitam, and when we start inquiring properly. So when my father died, where I, the son, has gone? Nowhere. Because without a father I cannot be a son. But I continue to be a man. See, friends. So man is God, husband is a soul. Man is God, father is a soul. Man is God, son is the soul. See, friends, the more you start reflecting on this, you'll come to know in the absolute, relative is only imagined, not real. Like when I got married 3 times. First time H1, second time H2, third time H3. Now question is, H1 is equal to H2 is equal to H3 is equal to what? See, they don't exist anywhere. Get this point across. Thereafter, play the game of life. When you are talking to wife, don't talk Vedanta. talk about, oh, the food is very good, so nice. I know you always like food brought by somebody. You didn't prepare it. No, it was bad. Change immediately. Life will become a great fun. Don't make yourself miserable. So, as the sugar is very much present but hidden behind the sugarcane juice, in the same manner, Maya Vyapam Nirantaram, I alone support everything, but I am hidden under me. See how beautiful it is. Man is hidden under the husband. Man is hidden under the father. Man is hidden under the son. See? Great fun. We go to the ocean and we talk about the waves. The waves are covering the ocean. We jump into the ocean and we say, oh, ocean is deep. Actually, we are playing with the waters. So waves cover the ocean covers the waters. And then you go to the water and ask, hey, Mr. Water, as ocean you are terrible man, but as waves I can play with it. So the water will say, excuse me gentlemen, what is this ocean? What is this wave? The moment water starts inquiring, what is ocean, what is wave, both of them will disappear. The moment the man starts inquiring, who is husband? Husband will disappear. But how do you know husband has disappeared? You will be happy. Acha, good. See, friends, life becomes so simple. But normally, under the disguise of spirituality, people become so serious, I will not tell you the place and the name where they were inviting me. I went for the talks. And our talks were going a little light, ha ha, hoo hoo, and few elderly people. They had a committee and they discussed how come in the satsang jokes are cut. Our Swamiji Maharaj never cut a single joke in his whole life. This is the biggest joke. See? Spirituality is not a punishment. See? Like you go to the, can you imagine? You go to the temple and all seriousness. I was in one temple in Tiruvannamalai, Ramana Maharshi's place. So, beautiful temple, huge walls and big distances. And children were playing, laughing, dancing, shouting, and everything was going on. There was one visitor. He said, why people are making so much of noise? Actually, I asked them, I am not making. He said, no, but you are somebody spiritual. He said, yes. Why they make so much of noise? I said, I don't know. This is the temple, this is a spiritual place, they should not make any noise. I said, look here, our God is Ananda Swarup. When the God is happiness, why the people will become miserable? If your God is frustrated, naturally they will become miserable. By looking at a frustrated person, you cannot be happy. See, friends, we are the source of all happiness. Discover that. And to discover that is only one way. Don't take life too seriously. Take it lightly, in the light of wisdom. So, Atma jnana jagat bhati, Atma jnana na bhasate, Rajva jnana ahir bhati, Tajnana bhasate nahi. Atma ajnana jagat bhati. The world comes into existence because we have not known ourselves. We want to know everything in this world. See? One person was, follower of Swami Gugalananda. There are many of them. Anything they want to know, they'll Google. So he wrote, beautiful, intelligent, obedient, rich, listening wife. So the answer came, such thing doesn't exist. Keep on searching outside. We want to know everything in this world, but we don't know who we are. Atma ajnanat jagat bhati. Take one example. There was one person, he was told by some miscreant, hey, I heard your son met with a terrible accident in USA. This man started crying, oh God, I told him not to drive, but he never listened to me and all that. So his wife said to phone him rather than shouting now. So he phoned from there to this country. When it is a daytime India, here is a night, nocturnals. So the phone rang at odd time, the son lifted the phone and shouted at dad, Dad, how many times I told you, don't ring this time. Where that miserable entity has gone? Atma ajnanat. Be attentive. Ajnan does not mean absence of knowledge. This is the most important factor. Many people mistranslate ignorance means absence of knowledge. No. Ignorance is incompleteness in knowledge. Knowledge can never be absent. When I say I don't know English, this I know, is it not? So where it is absent? There is incompleteness in knowledge. I am body is the knowledge. Only this body I am and this body I am not. From here the samsara begins. Incompleteness in knowledge. Atma ajnanat. When I come to discover right hand I am, left hand I am not, then the problems will begin. In the same manner, when we do not understand the correct meaning of the Atma, the Self, then only the world begins. See, friends, now I will tell you one example. See what this particular theme is conveyed. Look at the backdrop, whatever is there, and experience your position. Where are you? Then bring your vision from there and focus on my beautiful face. Now experience where are you. Then take away vision from my face and start looking at your own eyes. Don't close the eyes. Keep the eyes open and look at your own eyes. Don't look at anything. Look at your own eyes. So your experience is, yes, I understood myself. That I am. Be attentive. Like the deep sleep is a common experience. Your waking, my waking is different. Your dreams, my dreams are different. But our deep sleep experience is common. It is not separate from person to person. In the same manner, this experience that we had, coming back to our own self, it is a common experience in which I versus you doesn't exist. Atma jnanat. I, when it is opposed to you, it is samsari. When I includes everything, excludes nothing, that is the ultimate. And therefore, this I is a pronoun. Therefore, I doesn't have a plural number. What is the plural of he? They. He is the third person singular They is also third person plural. Thou, you, second person singular. You, second person plural. I, first person singular. We, think. The moment we say we, it includes second person and third person. There is no plural for first person singular. When the first person singular becomes plural, includes everything, and the person differences, first, second, third person differences, they are dissolved. That is the real I. Get this point. It's very simple. Atma jnana jagat bhati. We see the differences in our body, we experience the differences, but there is no differentiation on account of the differences. So perception of the differences is not a problem. After the differences are perceived, when we start differentiating, then the samsara begins. Atma jnanad jagat bhati. Atma jnanad na bhasate. But the moment you come to know the correct meaning of I, see? Like waves are different from each other, there is a competition, but for all the waves, the ocean is a common factor. In the same manner, we all come out of the same deep sleep. Deep sleeps are not different from person to person. It's the same. Because in deep sleep, sense of otherness is zero, sense of limitation is not there, and it's a common experience for everyone. That is why in deep sleep there is no fighting, there is no desire, there is no friend, there is no enemy. Upanishad says, Tatra mata amata bhavati. In deep sleep, we are neither mother, father, brother, sister, husband, wife, none of them. But we continue to exist. This unqualified existence, this non-specific presence is our essential nature. That is why the real spiritual practice is not becoming someone special, not becoming someone extraordinary. No, drop that extra and be ordinary. Not someone special, but commoner than the commonest. That is real spirituality. See, friends, then we don't carry any burden on ourselves. The moment you become anything in terms of relations, in terms of possessions, you have become a samsari. Therefore, Atma jnana jagat bhati, Atma jnana anna bhasate, Rajva jnanat ahir bhati. Example is given. You know, Vedanta study is not complete unless you bring the snake and the rope. You may not know Brahman, doesn't matter. But snake and the rope you must know. The snake is meant for the disciple to get beaten, and the rope is left for the guru to hang himself. When the difference between guru and shishya disappears, realization has happened. So, yat rajju ajnanad ahir bhati. Ahim is the snake. Rajju is the rope. When the rope is not known as a rope, there is no problem. Suppose you don't know there is a rope, no problem. But you come to know there is something. What is that? It is not known. So there is something is knowledge. What is that is not known is ignorance or ajnanam. Suppose you don't know, there is never a problem. But if you know something, but what is that it is not known, then our mind comes to our help. I'll project, don't worry, it must be a snake. But it has beaten me, then the snake will die, why you worry? See, friends, be attentive. Thereafter, we go with a torch to see the snake. We don't go to see the rope. And when the snake is inquired into, the snake disappears and rope is seen. Be attentive. After you have seen the rope as a rope, will you continue further inquiry? Oh, that is okay, but where the snake has gone, yaar? Will you inquire? Exactly. This world, when you take it too seriously, we suffer. But when you inquire this world, then we come to know the world is nothing but my own expanse. If I is not there, nothing exists. And when I come to discover this whole world is nothing but my own expanse, that like the parents come to know children are nothing but their own expanse. So when the first time mothers, they are never told by their grandmothers or the mother-in-law or the mother. They will be told 101 things, do this, don't do this, all that. No mother is told, love your child. It's by default. See, friends. Now why does mother love the child, not the other children? Because her child is nothing but her own extension. The wise people come to know this whole world is their own extension. And therefore, they don't love the world. They have love for the world. For them, love is not a verb. It is an experience. So, Rajju ajnanat ahirbhati, tajnanat bhasate nahi. And the moment we come to know that this is the rope, then thereafter you will not ask where the snake has gone. Om Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnaat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti 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 Hari Om Sri Gurubhyo Namaha Hari Om.